boxer's best friends could face prosecution for reckless driving. Police have received a statement from the local driver who had been hired for the trip after he was discharged from hospital. Former world heavyweight boxing champion Joshua is Nigeria's best hospital, accompanied by his parents.
Yes, you are right. It's the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and also the envoy, the British envoy, were at the Duchess International Hospital to pay visits to Anthony Joshua, wish him quick recovery, and also I must say that the Ogun State governor has been working hand in hand with the Lagos State governor to indeed see that Anthony Joshua gets the best of treatment. And that was one of the promises the governor of Ogun State and Lagos State made it to the president when he spoke with Joshua and also his mother.
That is where the diesel was parked, too close to the freeway. They're supposed to go out there more, but he wasn't. And because of that, Anthony Joshua and them hit them, and those guys died. And the person who was driving, who parked that diesel there, actually took off running.
Anthony Joshua has been discharged from the Lagoon Hospital in Lagos after being deemed clinically fit to continue his recovery at home, according to officials. Upon discharge, Joshua and his mother visited the funeral home where the bodies of his friends were being prepared for repatriation. As investigation into the collision continue, the world of boxing now awaits to see when and if the champ will be ready to return to the ring as Joshua leaves the hospital with a crushing silence of a survivor.
Police have stepped in, a truck driver has vanished, and this case is quickly becoming far bigger than a road accident. A high-speed road accident involving Anthony Joshua's convoy turned tragic when the Lexus SUV suffered a tire blowout during an overtaking maneuver and crashed into a stationary truck on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, a road notorious for deadly accidents. Nigerian police and the Federal Road Safety Corps have stepped in, launching a full investigation as evidence suggests excessive speed and dangerous overtaking played a major role in the fatal collision.
The driver of vehicle involved in the car that injured Anthony Joshua and killed two of the boxer's best friends could face prosecution for reckless driving. Police have received a statement from the local driver who had been hired for the trip after he was discharged from hospital. Former world heavyweight boxing champion Joshua is Nigeria's best hospital, accompanied by his parents. Joshua's longtime friend Shinogami and Kevin Lateef Ayodele were killed in the crash after the car plowed into a stationary truck on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Makun, Nigeria.
Authorities are reportedly hunting the driver of the truck involved in the crash, who allegedly fled the scene moments after the accident. The truck itself has been seized and is being held at the FRSC office in Sagamu.
What speed that vehicle is likely to be moving, because the impact determines how high the speed is. The regulation of FRSC says on the express you are expected to go 100 kilometers per hour. And if I have a crash under that 100 kilometers per hour, there's every probability that the crash will not be fatal because the impact will not be huge. But having judged from what we saw involving that Jeep and the parked truck, the push and the impact could also give you a better guess, pending the time we wait for the technical investigation that we are looking at. So that is just an assumption. But when you get to a scene as an expert, this is what you can assume.
Anthony Joshua was rushed to hospital following the crash and is now in stable condition. He remains admitted at Duchess International Hospital in Lagos and is responding to treatment, though his discharge date remains unclear. Joshua's chauffeur has been discharged from hospital and has already given a statement to police. Local media report he could still face prosecution for reckless driving under Nigerian law.
The driver of the car may also be here at the Duchess International Hospital receiving treatment. But we will keep tabs on that and track that for you because it's one of the news we're monitoring at this point in time. Apart from Anthony Joshua, we understand that the driver of the car may likely be here also. He survived the crash and is receiving treatment. I must also say that to my left-hand side is an inscription of the emergency center of the hospital. So but we'll keep tabs on that to tell you about the state of the driver and Anthony Joshua.
Authorities warn these offenses can attract criminal liability, especially when fatalities are involved. Images from the crash site show the truck was parked off the main tarmac close to the inside lane of a 3-lane carriageway, raising serious questions about visibility and reaction time during the high-speed impact.
Also looking for the person who stopped the diesel truck that was on the side of the road that Anthony Joshua's car crashed in once they lost control. They were trying to overtake the car. They lose control and ram into the side of this big old diesel, which absolutely destroys the right side of the car of Anthony Joshua. That's why the 2 people who were sitting on the right side both passed away. But the thing was that diesel that was parked there on the side of the freeway was not supposed to be parked there, and it was too close to the intersection of the freeway. Exactly what I just told you guys, that people are pulling off and stopping at areas where you're like, wow, I gotta swerve out the way, dude, you can't stop right there.
Both Anthony Joshua and the driver, seated on the left side of the vehicle, survived the crash. Tragically, 2 of Joshua's closest friends lost their lives at the scene. A visibly shaken Joshua later said he felt pain all over his body, with sources revealing severe knee injuries and intense agony during rescue. His mother rushed to Lagos and has remained by his side in hospital.
Definitely, it was a shock for us. So he has been coming. At least he comes not less than 3-4 times in a year. So that was not the first time of his coming home. So he comes regularly. I applies that road regularly. So they are very conversant with that road. So it was a great shock for us.
Regardless, this incident has sent shockwaves across the boxing world. Peter Fury has reacted strongly, emphasizing the importance of avoiding overspeeding and looking out for everyone on the road. With new details emerging, including Anthony Joshua's car now under investigation and his chauffeur potentially facing prosecution, it's clear that this drama is far from over.
Anthony Joshua, unfortunately, being in a car crash where there were 2 fatalities involved, which I believe are potentially 2 of his friends. I mean, off such a high, to end in such tragedy whilst, relaxing on holiday after you've done your work and you've earned your money.
Well, what it shows us that we've got to hold our loved ones very close to us, because we just don't know what tomorrow brings. I've got close friends of mine, and they're okay one minute, and the next minute they've got like a terminal disease and stuff. So you just don't know what tomorrow brings.
Peter Fury expressed his condolences and criticized those who were filming immediately after the crash, as Anthony Joshua was still being pulled from the mangled car. In his view, this is not something to record when a person is fighting for their life amid such a tragedy.
But I'm very, very sad to look at that news and wake up to that this morning. And also showing him where he's in distress. You can clearly see he looks shocked. And I don't agree with all these cameras in your face and everywhere. There's no privacy at all, is there?
No.
On such a low point in AJ's life like that, to be paraded on camera. The fella's clearly in shock. They've gone through a major accident. And he's lost 2 of his closest friends as well. So I can only imagine, so my condolences, all my family, my direct family's condolences go out to him and all of his families.
With Anthony Joshua's car now under investigation and the truck driver who fled the scene being hunted by police, attention has turned to the actions leading up to the crash. A source from the Federal Road Safety Corps revealed that preliminary reports indicate the SUV's driver exceeded speed limits and overtook dangerously just before the collision. They stated, preliminary reports indicate the driver exceeded speed limits and overtook dangerously before the crash. These are serious offenses under Nigerian law and can attract criminal liability if fatalities are involved. Meanwhile, after this tragic incident, many on social media are rooting for Joshua to never return to the ring, and their voices are growing louder. Considering all he has achieved in boxing, including the massive payday from his fight with Jake Paul, there seems little reason for him to risk his life again. The severity of this tragedy, both physically and psychologically, makes it extremely harmful for Joshua to step back into the ring anytime soon.
How tragic this situation is, a lot of people have been taking to social media today saying that if AJ decides to never fight again, they would understand. And you know what? After just that one fight, he's made enough money to never work again. So I have a feeling that we will not see AJ step in the ring for a very long time, if not, maybe ever. Because honestly, imagine that process of preparing for a fight, knowing that you have to hire a new personal trainer, a new strength and conditioning coach. It's... man.
Johnny Nelson, reacting to the news, highlighted just how devastating this tragedy is for the entire boxing world. He reminded fans that beyond rivalries and the business of fights, life is precious and every moment is valuable. Nelson shared a heartfelt message of condolences and best wishes for Anthony Joshua, immense physical and mental impact this incident will have on him, while also honoring the memory of the two close friends who tragically lost their lives.
Devastating news that we heard happened out in Nigeria. It's just sad. It just makes you realize how valuable life is and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life and losing your life. So it was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally, but you've got to think about these two men were somebody's child, someone's brother, and that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their lives. That is the saddest thing you could ever even imagine.
With the Nigerian Safety Control Department and police investigating the matter, the boxing community remains divided over the cause of the crash. Many are pointing to the reckless driving and overspeeding by Joshua's driver as key factors. Experts have noted that such dangerous behavior constitutes a serious violation of road safety regulations, meaning there could be legal consequences not only for the driver, but also for Joshua's team.
Did the driver lose control while trying to maneuver and overtake another vehicle, which caused the accident? Well, it is my understanding that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is one of Nigeria's deadliest roads. And we received a comment from a man named Samuel, who is a member of this community. He's from Ghana, and he expressed just how bad the roads are. So many things caused this accident altogether. The high speed of the driver, the maneuver that he tried to make, and then the conditions of the road causing him to lose control and striking the commercial vehicle.
Showbiz figures have weighed in on the aftermath of this tragedy, addressing the conspiracy theories circulating online. Some people have been blaming Jake Paul for setting up the incident, but experts and insiders stress this is not the case. Jake Paul immediately reacted to the crash, offering heartfelt condolences to the families who lost loved ones and sending his best wishes to Joshua for a full recovery.
And I will not be showing those images in this video, and honestly, I hope you guys never see those images. It was just a horrendous scene and very sad, and the impact of those images, it just really made me very, very just even more sensitive to this tragic situation, which is why I find comments regarding a conspiracy surrounding this whole thing, including Jake Paul, as disgusting. Here's what Jake Paul and MVP had to say.
Remembering one of Anthony Joshua's deceased teammates, Latif, Showbiz the Adult, has highlighted the impact he made off the boxing ring. Beyond sports, Latif lived a life devoted to social causes, actively working to improve his community. He dedicated himself to building facilities for children, supporting organized education programs, and helping young people access opportunities they might not otherwise have. His efforts reflected a genuine commitment to giving back, leaving behind a legacy of kindness, service, and inspiration that will be remembered long after his tragic passing.
Very loved. I saw all over social media many videos and photos of people remembering them who were associated with them or friends of theirs. And it was just incredible to see how everyone were celebrating their lives. Also, I saw this video of Lats, who was participating with a project called the Spot Project in Nigeria, helping children with their learning and exploring their athletic gifts. It was just a fantastic thing that he was very active in.
Amid this, Frank Warren has sparked intense debate in the boxing world after questioning whether Anthony Joshua still has the appetite to fight following the tragic crash. Speaking on AJ's mindset and future, Warren suggested the former heavyweight champion may never return to the ring. With the physical and psychological impact of the accident, the loss of two close friends, and mounting public concern for his safety, fans and the boxing community are left wondering if Joshua's focus will now shift away from fighting and toward recovery and personal well-being.
Frank Warren in message about mental health fears. Anthony Joshua may never have the appetite to fight again after narrowly surviving a car crash that unalived two of his best friends, Tyson Fury's promoter believes. Joshua was a passenger in the back of a black Lexus when it plowed into a stationary truck on a Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Makun, Nigeria, on Monday, tragically claiming the lives of Sinagami and Latif Dooley.
Anthony Joshua's current health has been confirmed as stable, bringing some relief after the tragic crash. Nigerian government officials visited the hospital to check on him and personally confirmed his condition, while police sources also noted that he is recovering well. Despite sustaining minor injuries, Joshua is now stable and responding to treatment. Medical staff continue to monitor him closely, ensuring his full recovery, while fans and the boxing community remain deeply concerned but relieved that the former heavyweight champion is out of immediate danger.
British boxing champion Anthony Joshua is recovering after being involved in a deadly car crash in Nigeria. It comes just days after the fighter faced off against internet personality Jake Paul in a match on Netflix. Local authorities say Joshua had minor injuries after this crash, but two others, including the driver, were killed. A video showing Joshua being rescued from the crash is circulating on social media. He's a former world heavyweight champion whose family is from Nigeria.
While the investigation and potential prosecution related to Joshua's car continue, fans can take relief in the news that he is in stable condition. Emphasizing that Joshua was just a passenger during the crash brings some comfort to his supporters. Reports now indicate that he has made significant progress in his recovery and has been discharged from the hospital, allowing him to continue healing at home, finally putting the worst of this tragic incident behind him.
Anthony Joshua has been discharged from hospital in Nigeria days after a fatal car accident that killed two of his close friends. The Ogun and Lagos State governments confirmed in a joint statement that Joshua has been deemed fit to continue his recovery at home. After leaving the hospital, the Briton headed straight to a funeral home where the bodies of his friends were being prepared for repatriation. The former world heavyweight champion was a passenger, remember, in a Lexus SUV that collided with a stationary truck on a major expressway in the Ogun State near Lagos. The accident, which occurred on Monday, claimed the lives of Joshua's personal trainer, Kevin, and sport and exercise rehabilitation coach, Sina.
After being discharged from the hospital, Joshua, accompanied by his mother, attended the funeral preparations for his teammates. While investigations continue, the world is left wondering if and when the champion will ever return to the ring. One thing is clear, Joshua's driver could face prosecution for road violations, including overspeeding and dangerous overtaking, while his car remains under investigation. Meanwhile, the search for the truck driver who fled the scene is ongoing, leaving Joshua's career is, for the moment, caught up in a complex web of legal battles.
Anthony Joshua has been discharged from the Lagoon Hospital in Lagos after being deemed clinically fit to continue his recovery at home, according to officials. Upon discharge, Joshua and his mother visited the funeral home where the bodies of his friends were being prepared for repatriation. As investigation into the collision continue, the world of boxing now awaits to see when and if the champ will be ready to return to the ring, as Joshua leaves the hospital with a crushing silence of a survivor.
This tragic crash has shaken the boxing world, raising questions about Anthony Joshua's future both in and out of the ring. From legal battles to recovery and the hunt for the fleeing truck driver, the story is far from over. Fight fans, what do you think? Will Joshua ever step back into the ring, or is this the end of an era? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you're rooting for him, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates on this ongoing drama.